So I want you to hold the food, because you see like that little crease in between your palm and your fingers, right here across. It just sits in there, and then I close it with my thumb, because I want you to be able to do this, this all over, without it falling out. Okay. So right here's a little pocket where he'll be able to put his muzzle in and try to get it until you're ready to move and let him. It's kind of like a little delivery system. So you just want to be nice and relaxed. I like almost cup my hands and I'm just like moving around like this. Okay. Because what this does is it builds a lure system. We just want him to follow you. Right now the food is the value, so it creates the movement. And then the reward is the food at the end. How I want to kind of move the dog is left and right. And here, flip in, sit. Relax a little bit. I know he's excited at this age. We're okay with that. Come into this side. Freezing him. We want him to relax as much as possible, right? Like him at this age, it's really hard because he has these waves of energy. So if we can slow him down through training and keep him focused, that's all we want when he turns into this dog. And I need you to focus. Attention's always the hardest part with all of our dogs. Sit. Just that little freeze, but like you need to stop jumping. What I'm doing with the mark is I'm going that's it. Instead of a yes or okay or a click, using that, that's the mark. Locked in, right? He's like locked in on it. Sit. Sit. But notice my body. I think that's a big component of the whole thing. I'm always facing him. Even when I have him on the side, I open up my body and then I bring him back with me. But even right here, it's like I'm facing here. Right. Down to him. I'm opening up my shoulders. I'm facing him. We're eventually gonna walk together, but through my shoulders, I'm opening up to him. So like, that's the component, is your shoulders. What I typically do in my training is I'm speeding dog puppies up to slow them down. It's like we speed up, we move, we get in position, you freeze. You move a little bit and then you freeze, because what that creates is the release for the dog. When the dog's all excited, we gotta shut it down really fast. So we create the movement, we shut it down. Because this looks a little bit more methodical than before, right? He's slowing down, my movements are slowing down, so his head's slowing down. That's what I want it to go to. And I like these little things where he can follow me into a sit. 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 Good boy. And that's helping him manage that jump, because he's going to get caught in that. And if we don't manage it at a younger age, him 4 times this size, big bowling ball, he's going to be pushing these little boys over. This stuff is pretty. Down. Sit. So my feet are in place, but I'm turning my shoulders to open him up. But my hand is still facing him. I flip it, it's still facing him. I'm keeping him with my feet. It's still up to bring his head up. Waiting. Now he gets it. Okay, left hand. So I'm putting like, I know I'm only gonna feed him one at a time. So feet are stationary, pulling him back past my feet. That's like the mark. He has to go past your feet, his back end, flip forward with your hand. Your hand is facing him. Sit. Bring your lure up so it comes to your eyes. Move him for the reward. Okay? I need him to look at you. That's really what we're marking. So a couple positions we can do in front as well. That's always a good one. his energies towards you. We can also bring him in the middle. And the hand's always towards him to manipulate his body into that position. Bringing my hand up. Good boy. Back to me. Right? Like I've typically done it back to me with the food. I'm gonna send you these videos, okay? Right. Exactly. Yeah, you call your dog in. That's what I do with my dog. I'm like, oh, come here, and she just knows, oh, I flip into this position, we walk together. Now, if we can create this position right now, so he flips in position, he stops at my feet. If we can just walk together, and I can turn, and we still are together, this is how we want him to follow us, right? Like with the leash, you just stay at that pace. You stop and you sit. Good job, bud. This would be for like tricks, right? If we want these things to happen, I would use a different motivator. Maybe treats, like my poodle uses treats, my Malinois uses a toy. So like these are all the tricks that I create with my dog. There's like all the weaving, all the turning, all the flipping, all the reversing. Let's see if I can get him into reverse. Oh, reverse. Reverse, move those legs.
He'll reverse if you put his leash on. He just goes backwards.
Does he? Yeah, good one. But like you see it all, right? Like what I'm doing, at least I know, like I make it look smooth. I've been practicing. I just practice. I know, man. I got a toy poodle, so it's like same. I'm like, oh god, I gotta get all the way down. I've been doing like knee exercises, all these squats. Because bro, when I first started puppies, there's no way. I'm like, my knees hurt, my back hurts. I would just sit. This is what I do. You should do this. For my little dogs. For my puppies. I just stay in one spot. I sit here. Now my feet are like that same thing. Yeah, stay at my feet. Go to this side. Pass my feet. Flip around. And this will make you a little bit more disciplined on your hand movement. Okay? Because you don't have to do much. You just say, oh, I gotta keep my hand facing him, flip it towards him, so it should be backwards towards you. And then straight up. You see how this is like parallel? And is reaching for it. Good boy. And then he moves for the reward. He has to move for the reward. I don't have him in a sit and I give it to him. You have to try to get it, but you gotta reach for it. That just creates more drive for the training, for the food, for the motivator, the food. So I do left and right. That's usually just what I want you to practice. Just left and right this week. I'm following you. You can also just kind of move them around. So don't get too crazy with it by like weaving them and like, oh my God, like getting them confused. But he can get in the middle right there. Good boy. So I like to do it, if you're just gonna weave, be nice and slow. So here, towards your leg. You see how that flips? Always towards you. Okay? So left and right. So left, right. Front, bring him in the front. Good boy. Sit, sit, sit. Middle. Do it again. Sit. Yeah, good there. My dog bags it, right? Just put your feet together.
I'm not left-handed.
That's right. Yep. Okay, sit. Don't go past your feet too much. Can you scoot to the edge of the chair? Yeah. Okay. Towards you.
It makes you better.
Well, I practice. Sit.
Sit.
Come. That's
Dude, come.
So he doesn't know. He's like, he doesn't even know what he's doing over here.
You guys are professional.
Okay. Bring him in front of your feet.
Up here?
Yeah. Yeah. So you just bring him, lower him to flip your hand around, get like that, sit.
Sit.
Now, back to you. Yeah, like that. I like that. Good boy. Good boy.